Hello and welcome to Film Companion South. In this episode, we are going to be talking about Sindhubaadh. After Panayaram Padmaniyum and Sethupathi, SU Arun Kumar, the director, and actor Vijay Sethupathi get together for this film for the third time. So this is an action drama about a man who has dangerous adventures in distant lands. Yes, like that Sinbad from the Arabian Nights, except with the moral outrage angle so beloved to our Tamil filmmakers. We've seen villains in the flesh trade, as drug peddlers, as organ traffickers. In this film, the issue is the skin trade. Women with a healthy complexion are kidnapped and their skin is sold to people like plastic surgeons. We get a fairly gruesome moment where the skin is peeled off a woman's back like the peel comes off a potato. Will Thiru, the Vijay Sethupathi character, be able to prevent this fate from happening to his wife Anjali, who plays the character of Venba? Do you really need an answer to this question? In theory, there's a good idea here. The Vijay Sethupathi persona is very low-key, very aw shucks kind of thing. Now, if you want to shape a die-hard-like, wife-saving, everyman hero from this character, how interesting that would be. In a charming early scene, we see Thiru, the Vijay Sethupathi character, playing carom while sucking on an ice cream stick. That's the character. That's also the Vijay Sethupathi persona. It's interesting to imagine this man, this lethargic man, as the kind of action hero who whips ass across Thailand, Malaysia, Cambodia, and all the Gopal Palpudi countries. That's the general area Venba is when she's kidnapped, and an extended set piece towards the end, superbly shot by Vijay Kartik Kannan, almost makes good on this promise. Thiru is attempting to shepherd several women to safety. He's rescued all these women. At one point, we see these women swarming into a claustrophobic frame, and that's when we see how many of them there are. And that's when the moral outrage really bursts through. But the rest of the film struggles to find its feet. The event, the scenes, the characters, everything's just a blur. Vijay Sethupathi's real-life son Surya plays a character named Super here. He's the sidekick of the Thiru character and he's a lot of fun. But you could drop him from the movie and you won't really miss anything because in the second half of the film, the character is not really needed. There are many things like this, like Venba has a tendency to speak loudly. Thiru is a robber, so he kind of has these cool techniques that he uses, and Thiru is hard of hearing. All these things, all these traits, they are fun when they last, but they don't really contribute meaningfully over the extended screenplay. Like for instance, I thought Thiru's condition, this hard of hearing thing, would put him in a situation where, someone's creeping up behind him with a gun or something and he can't hear the footsteps, but no such thing happens. But that's fine because not every development in a screenplay has to be meaningful. Sometimes it's just a trigger for some comedy and that's fine. But the bigger problem, the real problem is how randomly everything happens in this movie. The way Thiru runs into a Tamilian in Malaysia, the way Thiru sets on Super after losing the boy, the way some random guy comes and tells Thiru that he knows where Venba is, all of this is so disconnected. As is the action, there is no spatial continuity, no sense of a scene, an action scene building gradually. Suddenly we're in a bunch of alleys and suddenly we're in the hills where Super is overturning cars with the help of a catapult. The Far East turns into the equivalent of somebody's backyard where people are constantly running into or they know where to find each other. Yuvan Shankar Raja keeps trying to pump adrenaline into these scenes, but there's only so much a score can do. Maybe, just maybe, the director wanted to play on our memories of films like Priya, which are absurd and kind of fun. The kind of film where Rajnikant from Chennai goes all the way to Singapore, where Sridevi is abducted and he finds her by singing a song on the streets. But that was 1978. 4 decades on, we need more. The scene where we discovered that a character we met earlier, she's identified by a prominent birthmark on her cheek. The scene where we meet her and discover that she's now become a sex worker, it should have been emotionally devastating. But it's so emotionally disconnected. But I still liked it when Thiru falls at her feet. This is not something you find other heroes generally willing to do. It's these oddly endearing touches that make us await each new Vijay Sethupathi outing, but then a movie needs more than just these touches. The full review of Sindhubaadh is up on the Film Companion website. If you like this video, do subscribe to Film Companion South and see you soon at the movies.